Hey guys, just checking in. So today is the 15 days after my distal bicep tear surgery got performed. So I'm just giving you an update on it. I think my last update was sort of 3 days after the surgery, when I sort of gave a broad plan about what we were going to do going forward. So sort of from then till now, all I've really been able to do is go on walks. Typing's been hard. I haven't even been able to like play on the PlayStation, because my wrist was so limited, being in a cast. Obviously now you can see that like the cast got removed yesterday. I'm also not wearing this thing, although I'm instructed to wear this thing like when I can. So especially when I'm like going outside and stuff, just so people know I'm in this thing, and just as a reminder to me as well, like when I'm doing things around the house, that this left arm is still weak. But yeah, sort of all I've been doing is going on walks, lots and lots of walks. Like there was one day last week where I walked 30k steps in a day, and I think my sling, like the Velcro on my sling, started to wear out, because like I was doing so much walking. So when I went to the hospital yesterday, for my 2-week checkup, I had to get a new sling, a nice little blue one. So if you remember in the last video, I was wearing a black sling. Well, yeah, I've got a nice, it's pretty cute blue sling now. But yeah, I'm happy to have the cast removed. I can now sort of do some rehab exercises. So obviously I went to the hospital yesterday and I spoke to the surgeon who performed the surgery on me, and he just gave me some advice. And obviously he said sort of around 3 to 4 weeks, I can stop wearing this thing. So 3 to 4 weeks from now, I can stop wearing this thing. And obviously 4 weeks, in 4 weeks time, I can start actually using this left arm for stuff. At the moment, I'm just doing rehab exercises, like trying to restore range of motion. What's been great is that basically like elbow flexion is one of the things that I have to work on. So like passive elbow flexion, and I think I'm actually like got pretty much full range of elbow flexion to elbow extension. They say that like sort of, or from what I've looked at online, they say that like sort of 20 degrees is, or 30 degrees is like the furthest that you can go, like, or the furthest they expect people to go, which is like, what, 30 degrees is like this maybe. Yeah, that's the furthest they expect you to go, like sort of at this time point. But actually, like, I can go a fair bit further passively. Like, I'd say that's what, like 10 degrees of elbow flexion. Obviously, like a straight arm is 0 degrees of elbow flexion. This is about 10. What, this is like 45-ish. Actually, no. Yeah, this is about 90. Yeah, maybe that's 45. So yeah, I could probably go around 22.5 at the moment without too much discomfort. The surgeon did say that like some discomfort is expected when I'm working on some of these ranges, but like obviously don't push too hard. So as a forearm range of motion, so supination, and sorry, let me get it in the frame. Supination and pronation. Obviously, this is my non-injured arm. My forearm on my left side is quite stiff, so this is about as far as I can supinate before it gets painful. Although again, some discomfort is okay. If I push it, I can go further passively, and then I can like hold it in that position, which is good. What I have been doing is I've been using as of yesterday, I've been using a stick to like sort of guide my hand in that position. It's better if I show you what I mean. But obviously so this is quite a long stick. I grab near the bottom and then I just let it tilt my hand. It's touching the wall at the moment, but obviously I'll let it go a bit further. I can't really show you properly, but you get the gist of it. And I'll let it guide me in this way as well. Before it, I get to a point where it's like pretty uncomfortable, and then I'll push back. I don't want to go too far just yet. So yeah, I've been doing those exercises, and then there's exercises that have been written on a sheet. So, like extension, flexion of the palm, making a fist. There's a few more as well. There's obviously just doing it without a stick, so pronation and supination, supination, pronation without a stick. I've also been doing some. I've been working on ulnar deviation, radial deviation. So these movements of the wrist, with a broomstick. Again, not. Yeah, this is a bit of a weird movement. So sexual innuendos. Let's avoid those. But yeah. So yeah, I've been working on all of that stuff. And yeah, just obviously it's really early days, so I'm probably going to expect like a lot of progress, but I have to like kind of take a step back and take it one day at a time, because it's going to be 4 weeks before I can actually like do anything proper with this arm. That being said, I did go to the gym yesterday. Had some help with doing some SSB squats. We have a pretty good SSB bar that just it's like a Mars bar with I think it's spelled with 2 R's or 2 S's. If you Google it online, a Mars bar kind of, it sits a bit more over your shoulders, and it's very easy to like squat with no hands. So yeah, yesterday I went into the gym, and yeah, I did some squats with the Primal SSB bar, which is similar, like I said, similar to a Mars bar. And yeah, I did those. I didn't hold the handles because it's a little bit uncomfortable to like hold this position. Although as I do it now, it's not too bad. But I think it's just that a lot of elbow flexion can be like quite uncomfortable. Like this is sort of where I have to hold the handles if I want to hold the handles, and yeah, that can be like held over a long duration. I'm not too sure about doing that. And also like I don't want to encourage myself to like grip the bar really hard. So what I've just been doing is imagine the handles are here. I've just been not grabbing the handles and just putting my hands in between the handles and just doing some squats like that. So yeah, that's what I did yesterday. It was my first day in the gym after 4 weeks on my first proper workout. I actually did go to the gym on Saturday with my older brother. He's getting into it, and I just guided him through some exercises. Or he showed me his back workout, and I just gave him some advice on technique and stuff. And I actually jumped on the leg press and did like 3 reps with just one of those machine leg presses. But yeah, no. Yesterday was my first day in the gym. Didn't take it too seriously. Like didn't go in with like a crazy plan. I had an idea in my head of like what I wanted to do. And I tried out a few things, like I said, SSB squats, and I did some SSB good mornings as well, with a really lightweight. Did some hip thrusts too on like the hip thrust machine. Loading plates isn't too much of a problem as long as I use the tri-grip plate. The SSB bar that I use, like where you put the plates is quite low down because it's like a cambered bar. So I could use a tri-grip plate and just use my right hand to load the plates onto the bar. That being said, I did get some help from one of my friends in the gym with loading some plates, just because he was happy to give me that help. But it's good to know that like I can do what I need to do self-sufficiently in the gym. If people aren't there to help, or sometimes I just like I only want to really ask for help if it's needed. I don't like to not waste people's time, but I don't like people going out of their way for me like for no good reason. So it's good to know that like if I go into the gym, I can train my legs pretty well without like getting too much help. But yeah, I plan to increase the weight with these exercises gradually over the 4-week time span, and then 4 weeks time I can sort of reintroduce the barbell movements. I had a talk with, this is a big thing. I had a talk with John Patriso, who, if you've watched Andy Baker's videos on his bicep tear rehab, John Patriso guided him through that stuff. So I had a talk with John Patriso, who's like a rehab coach. It's just like we had a consultation call where he sort of talked to me about what he usually does with people who have bicep tears, and I just need to figure out. He offers like programming, and he offers sort of like the consultation call service, where you can check in with him and just sort of you have a talk about how things are going during the rehab process. So I've been given a rough idea of sort of what he usually does for people who tear their biceps. I may just like go with that sort of plan that he always laid out in front of me, or I might just like invest and in 4 weeks time, when I can reintroduce the barbell movements, talk to him and see what he says, talk to him and sort of collaboratively work with him to sort of build a plan and just work on that as I rebuild my strength. But the process is pretty straightforward in that you reintroduce a barbell lift, and you stick to sort of a rep range of around 5 reps, and you just push those lifts gradually over time, obviously to the point where you're not too uncomfortable, and just gradually progress it, not too much volume, and sort of ease yourself back into the sort of training that you were doing before, maybe with some adjustments as well, because obviously like if you had an injury like this, then you probably have to adjust your training to make sure that it doesn't happen again. For me, I think the adjustment that has to be made is just hook grip, rather than a mixed grip. Can't supinate this arm, but yeah, rather than a mixed grip with my deadlifts. So I think that's all I really wanted to cover with the vid. Cast removed, my elbow range of motion, my forearm range of motion, and what I'm doing in terms of my training, consulting with John Patriso, and the 6 week mark from surgery, which is 4 weeks from now. I can do the barbell movements with both arms. I think for now, I will be doing some upper body stuff with my right arm. It's quite demotivating, like I'm not gonna lie, I don't really want to do upper body stuff with just my right arm. It's a little bit awkward. But I'll do it. I think it just has to be like high frequency full body at the moment, where I focus a lot on what my quads and my hamstrings are doing. So squats, good mornings, leg extensions, hamstring curls, and then just whatever I can do with this arm. So probably some machine rows and some like one arm presses, shoulder presses. Actually, I can probably do a standing dumbbell press pretty well, so I might work on that actually in the future, or not in the very near future, because I used to do that lift all the time, and I think now is like the perfect time to do it, because it's quite like a power lift. It's a movement that you can like load up a lot of weight on. But yeah, I do need to watch this shoulder range of motion though, because I've had this thing on me for like 2 weeks, and I'm going to have it on me for another 4 weeks when I'm doing daily activities. So I don't want my traps to I feel like my traps are going to be a little bit squashed, or there's just going to be a little bit of dysfunction there. So it's just working on that, and just being patient with it, because I expect my sort of shoulder range of motion to be a little bit impacted just due to wearing a sling. But yeah, don't want to make this video too long. This is just an update of sort of what I've done on what I'm going to do post-surgery. Things are going well. Pain is just nowhere near as bad as it was the days after the surgery. So yeah, I'm just going to keep on pushing and see what happens, man. I'll keep you guys updated. Thank you.